Hey, already, we are live. So, uh, I am quite literally dead inside today. My entire body and brain and functioning nervous system no longer functions. I got very little sleep last night, which is disappointing. I'm hoping the stream will wake me up. Just talking will make me alert. Clearly, it won't. Oh God. Okay. So I think we're good. I had to sign into Ahrefs before this. This is going to be a really fun one. This is going to be packed full of useful information. Um, cool. So, let me make sure. Let me do a little intro really quick. I want to start doing these intros for Joe, the editor. Because when we're doing highlights of this, I want it to become more shareable, I want it to become more interesting. So, hello, I am Max, the EntrepreNerd, and today we are going to be talking about search engine optimization. And search engine optimization is essentially just the process of making what you create on the internet able to be found by Google or Bing or other search engines, right? So when you Google something, right? What makes it appear on those search results? What makes it appear as number one? What makes it appear as number two? How does Google tell what is the most valuable website to answer your question or whatever you have typed into the Google search bar, right? So SEO is how you do that. It's search engine optimization. And we're going to be going over how to find keywords, how to use those keywords and implement them into content, how to use that content, where to post it on your website, and how to make it crawlable by Google and how that all functions. It was interesting. I actually took the way that I learned most of the stuff that I know about finding keywords is I took a $500 course that I was gifted by somebody that knows SEO really well. And so I'm essentially going to impart everything that I learned in that course to you. So you could say that this live stream has the value of over $500 because we'll be going deeper than just keywords. But, I mean, who's counting? So, all right. So last stream, this is the fourth stream for marketing month. This is going to be week 4 for marketing month and the final week for marketing month because it is a month has 4 weeks, if you didn't know that. So this is the last marketing month week, and I'm excited. I feel like SEO is the only thing that we've really been missing because we went over running ads, paid ads. We ran over content sharing, so putting your stuff out on the internet, and now we're going over SEO. So, let's get into it. Before we get started, of course, even though I just said let's get into it, I'm sponsored by Restream, and Restream is an amazing company. They help me do all my live streaming. I use them exclusively in terms of pushing my content out, and they've been really good to me. And they work on LinkedIn, they work everywhere else. They've been just a super convenient tool to use. So, and you can actually go live right from their little platform. So if you need to do live streaming and you want to get set up with that, hit me up. I can get you a nice little code for Restream, and I can also help you get set up in general. So that is my whole intro shebang. Also, actually, let me promote. If you want to subscribe to the live stream. Well, actually, maybe that's not super productive. I should do that on LinkedIn. That's what I should do because it doesn't work on the Restream one. Let me quickly promote on LinkedIn. Yay! People are liking the LinkedIn chat. This is great. Awesome. What's up, Alec? What's up, Bill? I hope you're all doing okay. Hey, Francisco, what's up? Every time you check on me, Francisco, I'm always exhausted, and today I am also just as tired. Things are a little bit crazy. If you want to subscribe to the live stream, you can do so at https. It's super annoying because I can't just do like entrepreneur.blog because .blog isn't like universally recognized by Google and everywhere else and by the internet as like a domain name. //entrepreneur.blog. So I have to do the https : because then it recognizes it as a URL. Bam. This is good. They finally updated Powered by Restream. They updated so all of this kind of shows up, which is great, which means my LinkedIn live streams show up a bit more, which is awesome. So anybody on LinkedIn, holler. I would love to hear any questions you have. But cool. So we're done. We're good there. Let's get heckin' started. So boom, boom, and boom. All right. Cool. So what we're going to be going over today, just as a quick little agenda, is keywords and how to find keywords using a tool called Ahrefs. And this is this tool right here. It essentially just knows an unbelievable amount about the internet and how it works and how all these different keywords work and all these different search engines. It's wild, the information they have compiled. And you get to search all of it and download all the information. It is not a free tool. I usually use only exclusively free tools here. It is not a free tool. They know their value, and so they don't even have a free trial. What they have is a $7 7-day trial. And so you have to cancel, because otherwise they'll charge you like $160 per month if you don't cancel by the end of those 7 days. As you can see, I'm on trial. I have until August 5th to drop the heck out of this. I highly recommend doing this. If you're just doing a first little process for building a list of keywords, the 7-day trial works fine. You're able to do most of what you need for at least the first year to 6 months in a week in terms of finding keywords and finding things that you need to check out. So I would recommend just using the 7-day trial. Just make flippin' sure to plan 2 days from now or right after you're done to shut the account down. Otherwise you're going to get charged like crazy, because it's a really valuable tool, and they will totally charge you. So just make sure to cancel before the trial period is up. So cool. We're going to be finding keywords there. Super. That's going to be the main piece. I feel like that's going to take up the primary amount of time that we're going to be doing the live stream. Then we're going to be going over a little article that I wrote, how I wrote it, why I wrote it. It's not going to be too deep. I'm not sure. I don't personally know a ton about how to write perfect SEO content, right? I do have a tool actually that we can check out that I have not tried yet, but supposedly will help. So I'm going to add that to this little thing here. But we'll go over a little bit that I wrote and how I wrote it and why I wrote it and how you can do the same thing. We're going to be going over Google Search Console and Google Analytics, because they are both amazing tools for tracking how your SEO is doing and how what people think and see when they go to your website, and how well things are converting and just where your traffic is coming from and everything. It's all really great. And then we're going to try to answer questions on the internet that already have pre-existing good SEO, things on Quora, things on maybe Medium, things on Reddit, so that when people search, we use the existing SEO that answers certain questions on certain sites like Quora, like WikiHow, things like that, just answering sites. We use all that existing SEO, we pop in a great answer, and hopefully people can find us via that as well. I've seen that as a really niche little technique for great SEO. Apparently, it takes a ton of effort. We're gonna find out if that's true, and if it's a huge pain in the ass, we'll do some testing. But just to get started, let's jump right into keywords. And so I'm gonna dive really deep into this. Joe, when you're going over the highlights and you're making the highlights, you don't have to include all of this, but because this is gonna be a little bit funky, but I'm gonna try to This is really interesting stuff. I personally think this is really valuable, just because it's helped me a ton. So if you could kind of push as much into this as you could into the highlights, that would be amazing. But also whatever works. I'll try to keep the instructional parts down. So we're on Ahrefs. We have the dashboard. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to go right to Site Explorer. I'm going to a backlink profile and search traffic of any website. So I'm going to do EntrepreNerd.blog. I'm going to dig into my own site, right? Not expecting it. It totally sucks. Organic traffic. It has jumped up recently because it was only really started recently. Organic keywords, again, only really started recently. Well, it's doing pretty okay now. That's nice. Traffic value, less than $1. A shame. Okay, so what do we want? EntrepreNerd, yes. Let's go to Site Explorer, organic keywords, I think. Yes. Yes. So, nerd blog, startup internships. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this will tell me where I rank in terms of all the keywords that rank for my website, right? So if, by the way, is anybody commenting on LinkedIn? I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. No, we're good. Okay. But essentially, I plugged in my little website, right, under Site Explorer, and it now tells me what existing keywords there are that help me, right? What existing keywords have been awesome for me. And so I'm going to sort this by volume. I think the highest one is, oh, really? How to run YouTube ads? Really? Huh. What is KD? Keyword difficulty. Yeah, so no kidding. So this is really interesting. We're going to be going over this. Remember this. Startup internships, right? I believe this is monthly traffic, right? Volume, average monthly searches for the keyword in the selected country. Yes. So, startup internships, right? How to run YouTube ads is the highest volume keyword that I rank for, right? But my position is like way fucking huge, right? It's like 87. The ranking position for your target. Ranking position is like where you appear. If you're number 1, you appear at the top. If you're number 2, you appear second from the top. If you're number 3, you get it, right? So we want things that we rank the best for. So in terms of position, of course, we're going to rank number 1 for EntrepreNerd because that's just, it'd be like that, right? But in terms of volume, we want to pay attention to high volume keywords that work really nice. Keyword difficulty is the other really, really interesting thing. So how hard it will be to rank in the top 10 organic search results for a given keyword for a given country. This is really, really cool because look at this. Startup internships, high volume, really, really low keyword difficulty, right? So we actually rank really well because I wrote one specific article on Beware Startup Internships, yeah, because I wrote one specific article. Oh, it actually tells you which, this is so cool, which articles work really well. This is dope. Beware Startup Internships, 5 quick startup guide, yeah, this is awesome. And so this is cool. Weird YouTube ads, yeah. We're currently really, really low. We're 87 on a bunch of these, but these are actually ranking for certain keywords, which is epic. That's amazing. This is so great. Oh my gosh. So cool. The content that I'm making is starting to really like work, which is awesome. So anyway, but startup internships, we'll come back to that later, right? But this is just a good way to check out what keywords you rank for, what people care about exist currently on your website. Awesome, right? Let's go to Keywords Explorer. This is going to be the main thing. So we really only care about Google. I only really care about Google. F everything else. So let's go and just dive into some keywords. What keywords do we want to learn about, right? So ideally things are, so for me, EntrepreNerd, I talk about entrepreneurship education. I talk about entrepreneurship. So let's do entrepreneurship. I'll copy that. I'm going to paste that, comma, entrepreneurship education, comma, entrepreneurship teaching, comma, entrepreneurship classes, comma, entrepreneurship school, comma, entrepreneurship newsletter, entrepreneurship, what else? Entrepreneurship blog, entrepreneurship community, entrepreneurship, what else? I guess live stream. I don't know if that's going to work at all. Like more niche keywords, the more niche you get with keywords, the less likely you are to get like significant traffic, but we'll see. I'm just trying to populate this. Entrepreneurs, let's see. How about getting started with entrepreneurship? Let's see. What else? Hustling, hustle culture, Gary V. What else? What other things do we care about? Startups. Let's see. Side hustle. Startup. I'm including the plurals and the singular version of each word, because like it'll usually do that for me, but just in case, usually those both rank completely differently. It's really interesting, it's important to know that. I want to buy a domain called awapui.com because it's a really, really niche little fruit, and we talked with Peter Askew about how to go about using like Awapui and how he did Vidalia onions and all that different kind of stuff, and how he found the domain and why he knew it was going to be useful. And we're actually able to check because Awapui's was available, but Awapui was not. But Awapui was going to be significantly more valuable in terms of search terms. So Awapui's wouldn't be nearly as valuable in terms of actually the keyword ranking, right? Because the plural and the non-plural rank as separate keywords, I think, most often. I could be wrong, though. But of course they are tied, right? So I might still buy awapuis.com and see if I can finagle some stuff. So side hustle, startup, side hustles, startup, school. What else? Small business, college entrepreneurship, students entrepreneurship. I feel like I'm forgetting some main words. Maybe we can do like content creation, live streams. Maybe we can do something along the lines of indie hackers, with a space in between. Okay, cool. We're building a nice big list here. This is great. How to become entrepreneur, how to start a business, how to start a company, how to start a startup. I feel like this is pretty good. If anybody has any other ideas for keywords or anything like that, that would be super fucking helpful. But for now, let's just go here, let me copy all of these to make sure I don't miss any of them. Search. What do you think of that? Cool. No. So good question, Luca. This website is not free. This is a really, really valuable website. A really, really valuable tool. They usually sell it for like $160 a month or some crazy thing, but you can get it for $7 for 7 days. And in the beginning, I talked about usually you can get everything done that you need in like a day if you're doing a bunch of like deep research into your blog or SEO or keywords. I'm gonna probably compile most of the list that I need in like half an hour, just because I've done this before. I'll show you how that kind of process works, and then you can kind of use it from there. But you do need to pay at least $7, right? And then you need to make sure to cancel before the $7 days are up, because otherwise you're gonna get hit with like a $100 a month surcharge. So, but no, so it takes at least $7. But in my opinion, that is super unbelievably worth it. Yeah. So. I would go and check that out. Just make sure that you cancel before the trial is up. So, but yeah, just sign up with your email. Everything's good, but it is $7. So I usually like to use free free tools on the live stream, but it's really hard to do deep SEO kind of digging and keyword research without using a tool like this, from what I've seen at least. But this is the most valuable tool that I've really seen. So I hope that answers your question. But yeah, would still highly recommend it. $7 is super totally worth it. Wow, we're getting a lot of viewers this time. This is great. I'm glad the LinkedIn stuff is going okay. If you're on LinkedIn, shout out. Would love to hear it. You can do all the research in one day, and the data you obtain can help boost your traffic. Absolutely, 100%. So I'll show you. But basically what we're doing here is we are just compiling a giant list of keywords and what they look like, and the difficulty of them, and how to target them, right? So for instance, I'm just going to go over it right now since you're asking. this is all the data that we need, right? And we're just going to go through, we're going to pick different keywords, we're going to find similar keywords, all that kind of jazz, and we're going to find long tail keywords, which is just lower difficulty keywords with lower traffic that we can target in our blog articles, right? So I mentioned before that startup internships on one of my little things, so Site Explorer, startup internships was something that I ranked really well for, right? Actually, if we go to Google Analytics, I can kind of show you, or actually no, I think it's this. Yeah. So I'm going to go to Google Search Console, go to my performance, and check this out. I've gotten 1,500 impressions in the last 3 months. Over 1,500 impressions. So over 1,500 people have seen my thing in the actual search bar. Of course, only one person has actually clicked because it's the wrong keyword for my type of content. But 1,500 people have seen me because when you search startup internships, what pops up? So we have startup internships on AngelList. We have a bunch of different places to apply, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I think, where was it? Oh, I guess I got bumped. Yeah, I think I got bumped. But on the second page, we should pop up. Where are we? This is very interesting. Maybe I plugged in the wrong keyword. Because I remember we popped up really, really early in the search terms. Entrepreneurial startups. Maybe I'm searching the wrong thing. Let me see. Startup internships. Yeah, no, I think that's all. Startup internships. Usually I pop up in the first bit. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah. I don't know how I missed that. So I actually pop up on the first page if you type into Google startup internships, right? I wrote one blog article called Beware Startup Internships --EntrepreNerd, right? And I dive into what I think about startup internships. I'm the first article that pops up in this like, in my opinion, pretty valuable keyword. However, I only got one click from it. It still is very interesting to see though, right? So the reason that I got that was because of keyword difficulty. So if we go back here, this is the keyword, right? This is the keyword that's important. If you have a lot of this keyword on your website in the right places, you're going to rank for that keyword. The keyword difficulty, meaning how many other people are aggressively like pushing on this keyword, right? So entrepreneur is going to be really difficult. There are tons of websites about entrepreneurs. There are tons of websites about entrepreneurship. There's literally a magazine called Entrepreneur, right? So when people type in entrepreneur, it's going to be really, really hard to rank for that because the traffic is really high, and as a result, people really, really want to rank for that keyword. So very, very difficult to rank for. I think the difficulty for startup internships right here was like 2. And so all it took was for me to write one article on it, and boom, I ranked in the first 10, right? I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I ranked it as number 6 in the US, right? Pretty crazy. So that's how that kind of functions. But so that's the difficulty, right? The volume is how many people are searching that per month. The clicks are how many people are actually clicking links based on searching. Cost per click, that's all this gets a little bit crazier. And then parent topic, right? But the only thing that we're going to be using Ahrefs for, to answer your question, Luca, sorry, that was a long-winded answer, is to find lists and download lists of all these different keywords that relate really closely to our business, right? So when we know what people are searching, right? We know all the different things that people are searching when it comes to entrepreneurship, when it comes to entrepreneurship live streams, when it comes to how to start a business, when it comes to all that kind of stuff, right? We're going to find a bunch of keywords that are low difficulty, but as high traffic as we can hope, right? And then from there, just write a ton of articles, do a ton of live streams, write a ton of content around that, publish it on our website so that we can start ranking for those keywords, right? But we need to find out what keywords. The only reason the Ahrefs is valuable is because it tells us, first of all, how many people are searching that keyword. That's awesome to know. If it's above 1,000, that's great, right? We can totally pull from that. And if if the difficulty is really, really low, we'd only have to write 1 or 2 articles on that keyword for us to get ranking, right? Whereas like we could try for, like, if I didn't know this tool, I would try it for a year, right? Just writing an article after article after article about entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs and just the general terms. And I wouldn't be able to rank because so many other people are ranking it. Like, trying to compete with an 81 keyword difficulty is like, it's suicide. It's unbelievably impossible. So from everybody that I've talked to, anything under 20 is viable. It's totally viable to go after, right? So the first thing that I can see immediately is hustling, right? Of the things that we plugged in, hustling. Kind of interesting. Nobody really talks about what hustling is, right? So, and about 7,000 people search for it. About 1,000 people click every month, right? So maybe we write an article about hustling. And I actually have it on my list to write an article about hustling, because I did this like 2 years ago. I did a little version of this just to kind of check things. But I want to update it. I want to make sure that I'm targeting the right keywords, because keywords change every year. So, but yeah, cool. I hope that answers your question, Luca. Let me know if you have any questions beyond that. But yeah, we can do most of that in one day. We can just compile a giant list of keywords that we think we can tackle, and then that's all we really need. We just need to understand the keyword difficulty, the keywords that relate to that keyword, and the volumes, just to know what to expect. So that's all we're looking for. We're just looking for a big fat list of keywords. It also helps that you can use Site Explorer, and you can't. That would be nice to do, like to be able to do every once in a while. But we also have Google Search Console for that. It tells us what we're ranking for free. So the main value is just compiling a list of keywords. So let's get into it. I'm going to sort by keyword difficulty. Small business is 96. God damn. I'm going to reverse it. So here we go. Student internships. I'm going to plus this. I'm going to add this. I'm going to create a new list. Let's call it EntrepreNerd. How about this? Entrepreneur keyword. I'm funny. Okay, cool. Once you're ready to over the keywords using H1, H2, etc., how else are you going to boost your ranking for those keywords? We'll be going over that. I'll show you exactly. Oops. Something went wrong during Christmas. Let's try again later. That's lame. New list. Nerd. Hopefully that works. So once I've identified all the keywords, using Ahrefs, how? Oh man, that's so annoying. Let's try again later. Let's try to refresh. Hopefully I didn't delete all my keywords. No, cool, awesome. Maybe I can go and create a list. Because I need a list. I need to compile a list so we can download it. Add to new list. Please work. Man. Dang it. So maybe we're going to have some trouble today. Hopefully not. So how else are you going to boost your ranking for those keywords? Yeah. So just collecting the keywords is not going to tell you how to actually boost your rankings. It's not going to actually boost your rankings just knowing the keywords. But we're going to write articles, and I'm going to show you a couple different pieces of content that I use to rank for this kind of stuff. But we'll be going over that after we compile a decent list. Excuse me. Ooh. Okay. So, entrepreneurship education. Yeah, so everything below 20 is something that we probably want. So, is it really not? Rank tracker, no project, keyword tracker. This is so frustrating because I need to add all of these to a list. Is it really gonna jip me? Maybe we can log out and log back in. Oh, did it work this time? Yay! Okay, it worked. Yay! I don't know why it worked now. All right, whatever. But okay, cool. So starting at 19, I'm just going to do anything under 20, right? Because above 20, it gets to be a little difficult. Unfortunately, this is really funny. How to become an entrepreneur? Check it out. 3.7 thousands, right? Good, and a lot of clicks, a whole lot of clicks. But the difficulty is 29. Turns out that's what I'm writing my first article on, because I had that in my previous list, but I didn't track the keyword difficulty. Or at least the difficulty was lower back then. I remember it being like 19 or something. So that's my bad. So it's a good thing we're doing this again. But it's still a valuable thing to post, because why not? So we'll put that in there. List. What the heck? What the hecky? Why is it just kicking me down? Wow, that's really annoying. Okay, let's try to log out and log back in. Because I don't want to miss all these. I'm going to plug these into a little Grammarly, just so I don't miss any of these keywords. Let's drop these here. Done. Yes. Okay. Let's try to sign out, and then sign back in. Sign in. Sign in with Google. Come on. I believe in you. Okay, cool. So let's try to make another list. New list. Nerd. Please work. Okay. It looks like it's not immediately kicking us out. So. Nerd. God damn. That's so frustrating. Something went wrong. Okay. So we'll try to pull those into we'll try to hit somebody up for support on that. That's really frustrating. Oh my gosh. One thing that I need to happen. Let's try to create a list different ways. Dashboard. I do first project. EntrepreNerd. Add project. EntrepreNerd.blog. Project name EntrepreNerd. Good. Ownership is not verified. Continue. I don't really care. Continue. United States. Maybe it just doesn't like that I don't have a project. So I guess we'll just do this. The list is going to help me sort things. So I need to compile all of my stuff into a list, right? And the easiest way to do that is just to like put this all into an Ahrefs list, and then I can download the list as a CSV. And that just makes it really easy for me, right? Because then I have a giant Excel list. I don't have to go back and check on Ahrefs after because it'll drop my list after the trial period is up, all that stuff. So, how about this? Built-in Engine.co, competitors. I'll put them. I'll put. That's probably it. I don't even think they're a competitor. But yeah, I'll put them as a competitor because why not? Yeah, I'm going to try to make a project and then add a list and then move from there. But I would like to compile all the keywords that I see and like into a list so that I can actually download all of them, because that's what I really want. That's what I really need. EntrepreNerd, hey, pull up my little website. That's fun. Okay, cool. So let's see. Keywords tracker, keywords explorer. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, good thing I saved all of them. New list. Here we go. So let's create a new list. Name, nerd. Hopefully this works. Keywords optional. Create. Please work. Please heckin' work. Actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. Real. Keywords optional. Okay, thank God. Let's create it. It worked. Good. Bless. So let's go search. I think we're good now. I think I just needed to create a project, and now it doesn't hate me. Yes. So this is annoying. I'm going to delete nerd. I want to go to nerd. Actually, here, let's just copy all these keywords, and then go to add to boom. Oh no, is it going to really screw me again? This is going to be so annoying if it screws me again. Oh man. Okay, no. Let's pull them all off. Can I pull them all off? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I wonder if I can go to my lists. Here we go. Keyword lists. Keywords not found. Perfect. Yes. So, show keywords. All keyword ideas. Overview. Where were they? Come on. All right. I'm getting annoyed. Okay, now I think we're good. Now I think everything's fine. It still shows that. So annoying. I wanted to show the little check mark. Okay, let's just get started. I think it's fine. Let's go back to KD. Let's just sort KD the opposite way. And then let's add the few valuable ones that we saw. So, student entrepreneurship, small, but has some. Indie hacker. Indie hacker is going to relate to the website Indie Hackers, but it's still good to know that it's not hard to rank for. Those two are pretty kind of useless. Entrepreneurship newsletter, not too bad. The Indie Hackers, of course, Indie Hackers. Entrepreneurship community, 80, pretty like long tail keyword, but still works. Hustling, the highest thing that we can find, especially under 20. So hustle culture, entrepreneurship blog, entrepreneurship education. Great. Entrepreneurship blog doesn't have that many, and that's disappointing. And then we'll, of course, add this. And maybe entrepreneurship classes and college entrepreneurship at 45 with a total like search of 40 per month, not valuable at all. So let's take all of those and add those to nerd. Hopefully this works. Perfect. Worked great. Okay. All keyword ideas. I already know how to do this. Keywords idea generated from the top 10 keywords from your list with the highest search volume. So, the heck? Oh, man. Okay, let's just delete all of this and just go with entrepreneur. Give me some keyword ideas. Oh, it's really slow. It never used to be this slow. Something's up clearly with Ahrefs. Maybe their servers are flopped. Come on, give me some nice keywords. If this isn't working right now, I'm just going to compile a small list, and then we're going to move on likely soon to the rest of things. Okay, cool. Good. So entrepreneurship, we have that. Articles, entrepreneurial, 31 with 33K. Ugh, still, that's hard, right? That's pretty hard to grab, but we're going to try it. So Inc. Magazine, entrepreneurship definition, entrepreneur quotes. I hate that that's a thing. I'm probably not going to really make any content around that, but it's good to know anyway. What is an entrepreneur? Let's sort by, again, keyword difficulty. So, not the top, we want the bottom. Oh man, this guy's struggling. This tool is really having a hard time today. This is weird. If he keeps doing this, we're going to move on pretty quickly. Come on. I really, truly do believe in you. Okay, wow. These are all pretty low, long-tail keywords, so maybe it was not a good idea to sort by that. So we'll just scroll down until we find something under 20. Cool. Wow, these are all high value. So let's go to 5, see if anything changes. Oh, I think I can sort it, which would be amazing. Yes, KD, min 0, max 25, apply. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Volume, we'll sort by volume so we can find the top volumes. There we go. Entrepreneur quotes, click and grow, serial entrepreneur. That's not bad. What is a serial entrepreneur? Reddit entrepreneur. I know that's just going to the r/entrepreneur. Types of entrepreneurship. Perfect. Fucking perfect. Check this out. Look at this. Types of entrepreneurship, 5. That means we probably only need 1 or 2 articles to really rank for that. 2.7 thousand with 1,200 clicks per month. That's awesome. Perfect. Would this work for location-specific keywords? Like, would it go to a bakery near me? Things like that. So keyword ideas around, like, bakery near me, that kind of stuff, that's actually a really good question on SEO. That relates to Google My Business. And if you have a business, you should go to Google My Business and sign up your website for Google My Business. Drive customer engagement on Google. Because when you search EntrepreNerd, right, I signed up on Google My Business, and it applies to most of North America, right, most of the U.S. and everywhere else. 197 views in the last 28 days, etc. I pop up at the top because I put myself into this, and this is how people find you locally, right? So if you looked up, what did I put myself as? I think I put myself as like an educational institution or something like that. But if you looked up like educational institutions near me and I had a high enough SEO, I would rank for that. But if you have like a bakery or a more like location dependent brick and mortar store or shipping group or whatever, right? I would highly recommend Google My Business because that's how you appear in Google Maps. That's how you appear on different things like that, right? And when you search like this near me, it searches your location, and your location can be tagged in Google My Business. So great question, but that's what I would recommend using. The best thing that you can do would probably be targeted towards a certain city. So like Pittsburgh, right? I live in Pittsburgh. If I had a bakery in Pittsburgh, I would look up Pittsburgh Bakery, right? Or bakeries in Pittsburgh or things like that and target them with a specific like location name as opposed to just like near me, right? Because near me is such a general term and it's only gonna like near me is going to correlate to your actual location, which Google is going to pull from. So I would imagine if you Googled bakery near me, Google would actually think you're typing Pittsburgh Bakery, right? I would assume that there's a similar process between that. So I don't know, but yeah, that's what I would say. Right entrepreneur, innovator definition, not bad. Entrepreneur synonym, sure. Define enamored, define do, click magazine. Entrepreneurial definition, not bad. Not really. What else? Entrepreneur salary. Sure. Entrepreneurialism. This is really funny. Entrepreneurialism. Who the heck knows what that frickin' word means, but why not? What is that screen you're working on? So this is, what's up, Toast? This is Ahrefs. We're going over SEO today. We're going over search engine optimization. This is the best tool that I've ever seen for search engine optimization. It's called Ahrefs. And essentially what we're doing is we bought like a $7 7-day trial, and I'm just showing everybody how to go and find valuable keywords that you can use to target an audience on Google and actually start to appear in the search rankings, right? So I just tagged a bunch of these things. Keyword list, nerd. So let's go. So that was tagged there. Perfect. So entrepreneurship. Let's go there. Maybe we'll do phrase match. Yeah. Let's try phrase match for entrepreneurship because this directly ties to entrepreneurship. Yeah. And then our KD is going to be minimum, the keyword difficulty, minimum 0, maximum 25. Yeah, we'll keep doing 25. And then we're going to sort by volume and we're going to see what pops up. What are the 4 types of entrepreneurship? Perfect. Entrepreneurship degree? Perfect. UCLA entrepreneurship minor? Too specific. I'm not going to UCLA, anything like that. Entrepreneurship minor. These are more college-oriented things, but it's still good to know what people think. Innovation entrepreneurship, masters in entrepreneurship, social entrepreneurship companies, small business management and entrepreneurship. Probably mostly, so the clicks are actually 0. That's really interesting. So it relates to small business degrees. You can see by the parent topic over here. So probably not super related. Entrepreneur salary, Global Entrepreneurship Week. That's really cool. That's more related to colleges if you don't know what that is, but it's still a really cool thing. Women's Entrepreneurship Day, Disciplined Entrepreneurship, Corporate Entrepreneurship, Entrepreneurship Movie, Merit Badge. Is there a merit badge? And if there's an Entrepreneurship Merit Badge, the volume number I believe is global. Let's check. In the selected country. So I believe United States. Yes. I believe United States is what it's paying attention to. Yeah. So US right there. So it's going to be a little bit different. But again, I'm targeting people in the US, so I might as well. I should also target people in Canada. So I'll bet I can make a whole different keyword list for Canada. Interesting. I've never gone that far before. That's kind of cool. I wish I could add both. I guess I can only do one at a time. I wonder if I can copy over. So I guess you should do it for all these different things. It's called Ahrefs. I can actually put it in the chat here. Ahrefs.com. Highly recommend you check it out if you're interested in SEO. Great fucking tool. So I'm going to add all these to nerd. EntrepreNerd United States. Yep, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, you would make a separate list and search for Canada, and we're gonna do that because I'm very curious. I want to rank for Canada because apparently in Canada, like they love high school entrepreneurship, which is fucking amazing. What's up, Shabam? Namaste. Entrepreneurship Council, entrepreneurship quizzes, entrepreneurship forum, financing. That's good to know. Network for teaching entrepreneurship forums. I would love an entrepreneurship freaking merit badge. That'd be great. Major concept of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship motivation. All these are triggering me. I hate all these words. Entrepreneurship conferences, entrepreneurship finance, job description, coach, cool. Entrepreneurship coaching, global entrepreneurship monitor. It's looking like prison entrepreneurship program. Hey, that's kind of cool. That's really cool. Yeah, prison entrepreneurship programs would be amazing. I know some people that are working on that stuff in Pittsburgh, and it's really cool work. Entrepreneurship versus entrepreneurship. Perfect. So I'm probably going to go down until like entrepreneurship career, word entrepreneurship app, entrepreneurship certificates, entrepreneurship apps, social entrepreneurship jobs. Yeah, these are all stupid low in terms of actual difficulty, which is awesome. Entrepreneurship conference, entrepreneurship clubs, Miller Center for Entrepreneurship. I'm avoiding Columbia Entrepreneurship. I'm avoiding these kinds of things because these are, again, most likely kind of targeted towards universities, right? People searching universities. I'm never going to be able to compete with a university, right? Food entrepreneurship. So I'm avoiding those. Entrepreneurship versus entrepreneurship. Degrees for in entrepreneurship. Small business entrepreneur. Ooh, did they? Entrepreneur. Nope, I spelled that right. I'm just an idiot. Small business. TED Talks entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship movies. Entrepreneurship club. Oh, wait, did I? These look like all the same words. No, these are different. Oh, wait a minute. Did I miss all the keywords from the last one? Damn it. Okay, we're going to go through these again. Oh, no, wait. No, did I add them? No, it's just the bottom ones I didn't add. Network teaching, financing, forum, quizzes, Young Entrepreneurship Council. No, that's probably something really specific. Motivation, finance, job description, concept of entrepreneurship, synonym, coaching, minor, personal entrepreneurship, clubs, conference, social entrepreneurship jobs, intra versus intra, apps, certificates, app, career. Let's go and add these really quick so I don't forget them. You've got it. Ooh. Come on. Awesome. Moving on. Oh, that's 3. PhD in entrepreneurship. So you can kind of see how this kind of goes, right? Resource definition, Cornell. Ooh, these are getting really specific to universities. Franchising, that's kind of cool. Entrepreneurship training, not really that valuable. Benefits of entrepreneurship. Looks like we've kind of run the course on this word. So add 2, keywords list, nerd. So background, Ahrefs is based in Asia, founded in 2011. Their contact number is in New York City area code. Their major competitor seems to be a tool called SEMrush. Yes, SEMrush is another tool. I have not personally used SEMrush a ton, but they are one of the big slew things of things like Moz and SEMrush and Ahrefs. Those are I think the 3 big names in terms of SEO tools. They're the 3 big SEO companies. I actually knew I worked for the previous VP of marketing or CMO. No, or was he VP of marketing? He was either VP of marketing or CMO. I worked under him for Moz. He was previously that individual at Moz. And everybody was like, oh, we got this guy. It was this tiny little startup, and it was like, oh, we're so lucky to get this guy. He's really cool. And everybody was like, oh, he must be a genius about marketing because like they all know marketing and everything like that. And the stuff that he taught me about marketing, maybe he was just going easy on me, but like it was such like, like try some Google Ads. Like here, let's give this a shot. And I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, yeah, no, just pay attention to Google Ads. And I was like, okay. He's like, yeah, anything that I should look for specifically? Any like tips or trick? And he's like, no, just check it out regularly, maybe like once every day, just to see if we're ranking for any new keywords. And it was just like the most basic stuff. It was so funny because he managed a whole team before, right, of people running ads in a bunch of different places, and he showed me a bunch of different ways to run ads, and we went, I think, into basic Google Ads. I can't remember exactly what we were working on, but it was just like he was just so unbelievably just like chill, right? And he didn't really he taught me some good stuff, and it was really, really cool to know. But he was like you expect people in that kind of position to be like, oh shoot, okay, here's the plan, here's A, B, C, D, like this is all the things that we're gonna do. We're gonna build out a whole little list like high aggressive performers, right? And this dude was just the most relaxed, like we'll figure it out as we figure it out kind of guy, and it was so funny to me. Oh my god, shit was just hilarious. I was at a company called Inspo. What a relaxed dude. Fruit flies. So fucking funny though. Oh my god, it killed me. I'm gonna add this one. Keywords list nerd. Founder and CEO of Engineers got Dimitri. Lives in Singapore. He's been there for the last 10 years. Wow, you're really digging deep. You're really digging heckin' deep, Toast. That's cool though. It's a very global company clearly. That's awesome. They should be if they have keywords from every country in the world. So. It's expected. So now we kind of dug into some keywords, right? Some stuff that's really valuable. Also rank for. Let's see if we can find also rank for. Actually, no. Let's go to the list. Let's go to the nerd list and see if we can find how do we having same term. Yeah, 59 keywords. Also rank for. So now that I pulled up that list, I'm gonna pull up also rank for. and I'm going to do the same thing because it looks like it's finding a bunch of keywords in the cracks and nooks and crannies. Google Keyword Planner won't let me research keywords on a customer code or something. I have a manager account. I might have missed something. Interesting. So I've heard Google Keyword Planner is nice. Yeah, I haven't used it before. I'm not sure how valuable it is. Maybe it's better than SEMrush. Ahrefs. I don't know. That's interesting though. Actually, I should do to 25. 0.25. And it's pulling from the whole existing list that we have. Okay. Keep it on. What's up, Steven? How's it going? I hope you're doing well. It is free, so hey. I recommend if it doesn't work well, I would love to know if it works well. Also, hey, we have a nice viewership on LinkedIn now. This is great. Previously the live streams on LinkedIn weren't doing too well. So anybody on LinkedIn, be like Steven. Say hello. Ask me some questions. I would love to hear some stuff. So yeah, let me know how Google Keyword Planner works if you can find out how to work. So I don't know. I thought Keyword Planner would be used to find obscure or highly searched keywords. It can, but I'm able to find all the possible keywords that I've been able to it's just the search tools on this site have been really nice for me, and everybody that I know in the SEO space really recommends Ahrefs, but maybe they have bigger budgets, right? So maybe if Google Keyword Planner works better, that's free. Fuck it, let's go with that. I'll start recommending that. But this has worked best for me, so I don't know. So what did you say? Alex said, I've noticed most ad people prefer hiding their secrets. You'd be surprised. I don't know. I've talked to a lot of people, and it's not like there's some super unbelievable secret for every kind of ad. I've studied a few different people. I've studied under a few different people in ads. The thing that I learned from the VP of marketing at Moz, genuinely, the biggest thing that he taught me is that marketing is genuinely just testing. That's the biggest thing. I didn't really know much about marketing. I had tested a few little ads here and there, but I didn't really fully understand how it worked. But what he taught me, the biggest thing that he genuinely taught me, and he did really I kept asking him question after question after question, and the biggest thing that he kept coming back to me with was he was just really chill, and he's just like, man, it's just testing. It's just experimenting. So we're starting, it was very, very early stuff in terms of ads. So of course we couldn't find the right fucking strategy, right? We were just starting. But in terms of everything, it's just about testing. You start with a little ad campaign. You start with there's no deep secrets. Yeah, of course they're going to say they have deep secrets. They do have deep secrets, and that deep secret is experience. They have a ton of experience testing and going through iterations and A/B testing all these different little kind of things, right? But really, the thing that he taught me was just I ran a whole campaign, and the only thing that I really managed was I managed a giant team running tons of different ads on tons of different platforms, and the best thing that I could see was just okay, you look at cost per click, you look at conversion rates, you tag conversions. After that, you just test, you experiment, you change the wording here a little bit, you change the ad creative a little bit, you change the audience a little bit, you think, you come up with ideas, you iterate, and you just experiment until you get to a really, really nice level, right? But it just takes a ton of fucking testing, right? So that's it's not really necessarily about secrets, it's just about experience and knowing how to test. But if you're getting into marketing, for me personally, the biggest thing that I've seen, he was right. It's just all about experimentation. You just got to run tons of experiments, and that takes money, right? It takes time. But if you can put in $100, you'll get to a much better place than you could get ever with $10, no matter how much experience you have, right? So it just takes a little bit of experimentation. So that's the biggest thing that I learned about marketing. You're wearing 2 sets of headphones? That's so cool. Who is that? Because it tagged you as LinkedIn user. Hi, what's up, Asa? How's it going, dude? I'm wearing 2 sets of headphones so I can tune into this in my other meeting. I super appreciate that, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad my streams are showing up again. How can you experiment? So yeah, my experimentation, for me personally, the way that I learned how to run ads was generally just hopping on Facebook ads. So first of all, this is not hard to figure out. Nobody understands SEO. Maybe the top few people at Google who have wrote the algorithm understand SEO, right? But it's such a broad, giant, amalgamated thing at this point that nobody really fully understands it to like the base, right? Like it's such an amalgamation. It's an algorithm at this point that very few people like fully understand. So it's really just like produce good content, produce it regularly, and target the right keywords. Really, the most important thing is targeting the right keywords. Beyond that, if you write half decent content, like the article that I wrote on startup internships that ranked #1, honestly, it's just an article. I'm not gonna say it's the most amazing thing. It's a little bit of the antithesis of most articles in the sense that it goes the opposite direction. Like not all startup internships are great. This is what I think, right? But beyond fucking that, it's just content. Like it's not the most amazing thing you've ever read. You can go and read it. It's not incredible. It's not like I'm like the best writer in the world. It's not like I target keywords in the right places. I wasn't even really thinking about keywords. I genuinely, it was just like startup internships are important. Cool. And it happened to be a really, really important keyword related to my kind of content, right? That was really, really low difficulty. And so I appeared on the top page, which is pretty cool. So that's awesome though, Asa. We're in 2 sets of headphones so you can tune to the meeting. I appreciate the fuck out of that. Don't get distracted. Don't get fired. Except patent lawyers, they're truly wizards of the dark arts. Yeah, I'm sure, Toast. I wonder why you're saying that. It feels like you have some personal experience there. I wonder why. They keep the SEO algorithm people at Google locked up in a black site. Yeah, no kidding. Because if you figured out the algorithm, like, you could rule the fucking world, right? Because then you could target everything. You could build contents very directly around the algorithm. What's up, Olga? And essentially just rule SEO, right? I mean, it wouldn't work that well, but you would get a severe advantage over your competitors in terms of the content that you're creating and the way you organize your website, right? These benefits are good money in SEO services. For sure. I know tons of people, I get contacted all the time for sure for people that are doing SEO. But just general, so this tied with running a basic ad on Facebook just to kind of understand how it all works will put you ahead of literally most business owners, most small business owners in the US, right? Genuinely. Just because ads and SEO are in terms of like old business are a relatively new thing. Not really many people know how that all works, and there's tons of people that don't. And so if somebody wants to get more traffic and more sales and things like that, and you can test and experiment with little ad campaigns here and there, it's just honestly it's a valuable service. It genuinely is. Just understanding how to run a basic ad, understanding how social media works on a basic level, and then understanding how SEO works and how to promote your content. Basically the 3 or 4 things that I've promoted for this month. If you can just experiment for like a month, I would go and experiment on your own for a month on maybe your personal website and how that all functions, just to understand like how it really works. But if you can do that for a month, you are probably ahead of me. Like you're probably at the point that I am in terms of digital marketing. I have clients. It's really just about branding yourself. It's really just like, hey, I can test for you. I understand a little bit of the basics of a couple different things, and here's how we can target things. Like just knowing how to use this, you're now essentially a basic digital marketer, a beginner digital marketer, and you could charge for those services, genuinely. It's just about targeting yourself right and just building the network of people that need those kinds of services, right? And most of my clients right now, actually all of my clients right now, came through referrals, right? Or personal people that I knew in my network. So it helped. And having the giant LinkedIn network helped a ton, right? But it mostly came from my direct network. So it's really you can totally charge for it. It's really just all about like finding the people that need it enough and need help and are willing to experiment, right? That's hard. It's like finding clients is fucking hard. That's going to be the hardest part though. The rest of it, experiment for 2 weeks to a month on this kind of stuff, everything that I've taught in the past month, and you're a beginner to intermediate digital marketer. Genuinely. It's really not that hard kind of content, but that's why people are so common in the digital marketing space, because it's not too hard to get started with it. So, okay, cool. So I pulled up the list. The 59 keywords also rank for it. Let's see if there's anything. Innovator, that's kind of cool. Searching by volume, way big blog, I don't think I will. Innovative synonym. I used to call cinnamon synonym when I was younger. It was very cute. What did your mom say? I was searching about Nas Daily on Google, and I believe me or not, but somehow I found it. Really? Nas Daily? I appeared when you were looking for Nas Daily? That's crazy. Huh. Interesting. How do you get decent paying customers? I know SEO quite well, and I want to get some leads. Yeah, man. So the way that I did that, I can't give too much, hustle meaning. I can't give too much experience there. Genuinely, the way that I found my two big clients right now is one of them was a friend in the startup space from college, right? He was a grad student. I was an undergrad. I worked with him on some projects for a VC while I was in school, and he knew that I was doing digital marketing because I was posting a bunch about it on LinkedIn, and he was like, hey, I pretty much know just as much as you. Let's just experiment with some stuff. I would love to have you on just to help with some general things. And he assigns me a whole bunch of different stuff, right? But mostly it's in terms of running ads. Mostly it's in terms of different things. If I don't know how to do something, I just Google it and I find a YouTube tutorial and I'm able to figure it out in a day, right? It's like not unbelievably crazy stuff, but they pay me a good chunk per month. But yeah, I did have some experience before going in. I had worked with a couple of other clients, so he knew that I was like, you can handle all the stuff, right? Because we're going to be running basic ads. We're going to be doing some basic stuff. You can handle it. But he was through a personal connection, right? I knew him. He was working for a company. He needed somebody to work under him to help him with some weekly tasks, and he pulled me on. My first client was through my LinkedIn network. So he was also a personal friend. We're running a business in town, and he was like, hey, I need some help with content. I want to post on LinkedIn. I know you to post a ton on LinkedIn. I feel like I need to grow my network there. Can you help me? And I was like, absolutely. Let's get started. And I built a little process out. I was just like, okay, let's make a Google sheet for different pieces of content that you can write, and I'll help you. I'll think up some content. I'll try to write posts for you. You can iterate on them, and then you can post them, right? And I just helped him create content because I knew how to create content because I had posted on LinkedIn for about a year at that point. And then my biggest client right now is a business owner in town. I met him through a startup connection in town that I also personally knew, a mentor of mine. He was like, hey, this guy needs basically an intern. Can you do some work for him? And I was like, yes, all this different kind of stuff I am experienced enough with in terms of like website organization, content creation, PR. I've had enough experience just experimenting there with my personal stuff to be able to help, right? And so I talked with them. We decided on a deal, and it worked out. But all of those, as you can kind of tell, were through my personal network, right? They were very much through my personal network, through my mentors, through my friends, through people I had met in college, mostly through the startup group that I built in town, just because I was trying to build a group. So building a network of business owners and like people that are like making cool stuff is number one, the best way to get clients. Yeah. So I know that's not super helpful and that's not super direct, but be on LinkedIn, go to events. I know you can't really go to events right now, but just participate locally in like business operations. Sit down with people, email people, say, hey, I'm getting started with this. I would love some advice. One of the big things that actually helped me was I emailed a bunch of digital marketers in town, and locally and just around the US. And I was like, hey, how did you find clients, right? And it helped. Do virtual events. Yeah, no, totally. Go to virtual events, network at virtual events. Even the internet, exactly. Even in the internet era, it's all still about personal connections. Genuinely, the reason that they hired me, the reason that all the people hired me was because they trusted me. It wasn't because they thought I was an amazing digital marketer. It was because they trusted me. Because they're like, all right, this kid, like, I've seen this kid making moves. He's decent. Like, he's trying stuff, and he's a hard worker, right? He went to a good college. He's a hard worker. I knew him while he was in college, and he bounces around a lot, but, like, he can... If he puts his mind to something, he can do it, right? And so why would I not pay him to do shit for me, right? It was genuinely just trust, I think, was the main thing. It wasn't like, oh my God, he's the best digital marketer in town, because I'm definitely not. So, but yeah, that's the main shtick. I don't know. Yeah, it's all about trust. So, but that's how I personally got all of my, how to start a business with no money. That's a good one. That's how I got all of my clients. So, and I'm not like making tons of cash. I just like have a few clients that are sustaining me while I'm trying to build this up, right? I'm not an expert by any means. That's definitely where I kind of fall flat. So be your own boss. Let's see. What does it mean to exploit someone? That should not be connected to entrepreneurship. Jesus, that's no fun. Okay, serial entrepreneur constitutes definition. Cool. Awesome. So we got a few more keywords. Add those to nerd. Okay, so this is probably going to go a bit long. How much time do I have? Calendar. I'm waking up now. Okay, cool. So we're probably going to go long because I spent a ton of time doing all of this on the keyword thing. But you've essentially gotten a bit of a crash course on how this all works, right? So all keyword ideas, phrase match. So phrase match, I'm gonna do startups. Phrase match, I'm gonna do entrepreneur. Phrase match, I'm gonna do a bunch of different little things, right? See you later, Toast. Thank you for hopping on. But yeah, just pull a huge list of these keywords and then go to the list. And then there's a way to export, right? So I'm going to export this list and drop it down, and boom, that's essentially it. And then you know all the keywords that you need to target, right? So that's how you find keywords. Great. Awesome. So let's see. This was one of the old keywords that I found. I think it was under 20 when I initially found it 2 years ago, but let's see what it looks like now. So how to become an entrepreneur, 3.7 searches. This is a really, really nice level. So it's mostly, it has a high click rate, which is really good to know. And it's got 29, which is difficult but not impossible. So maybe like 5 to 10 articles, and I would pop up on that. I'm not exactly sure how much it would be. And then there's other kind of aspects that go into that, like backlinks, like other things, and I can talk about those if people want. But this is the article that I wrote on it. So how to become an entrepreneur. And I genuinely just wrote the title needs to be the keyword, right? The title needs to involve the keyword. That is definitely important. And then having title bits down the line. So maybe let's say being an entrepreneur seems like some big fantasy on the internet. So maybe I would make that another title in title text, right? You don't need to quit your job. I would put that in title text. Being an entrepreneur is not being rich. I would put that in title text, and you can't make your own hours whenever you want. I would put certain things in title text that relate closely to how to become an entrepreneur, right? So maybe down here, section 2 of the article would be becoming an entrepreneur is hard, or whatever the heck, right? I'm not gonna that. I wouldn't put that. That's terrible. It's garbage content. But just genuinely try to answer the question, do your best. Write well, make sure that use something like Grammarly. Grammarly is super, super helpful because Grammarly helps you actually organize grammar in the right ways. And if your grammar is shit, then your SEO is shit. And then tag titles, make sure that the actual keyword itself, the direct keyword, right? If we go to Ahrefs, the actual keyword is how to become an entrepreneur. My title is how to become an entrepreneur, right? If you can make that happen, that's the best because it pays attention to title text a lot. To make sure that it answers the question. Maybe I would do how to become an entrepreneur, a guide, right? Or something like that. Or 6 steps, right? Something maybe clickbaity if you want to go that route. But then honestly, include the keyword, include the keywords as much as you can. So maybe ask questions what does it mean to become an entrepreneur? How have other people become entrepreneurs, right? Similar kinds of content around that, and ask questions and answer questions similar to the keyword itself. But beyond that, SEO is a black fucking box, dude. And every SEO expert you're going to talk to, they're going to go a little bit deeper than that, but it's not just making sure that you are answering the question and writing decently organized content, and decently organized thoughts, and with solid grammar and occasional keywords that relate to the main keyword. That's the best that I can give you, honestly. Let's go check out my article, EntrepreNerd.blog, the one that ranks in the top page for startup internships, a highly searched keyword. Not live streams. It's gonna be blog. Beware startup internships. Written by Max Miro. Ooh, that's messed up. I need to change that. Oh, all this sucks. So actually, I can go and update that on Webflow really quickly because Webflow is amazing. So let's go to, I don't know, some content keeps getting misorganized on my website. Let's go to blog posts template. So this needs to be left organized. Yes, perfect. And this needs to, how is it organized? I guess div block doesn't have the padding that this has, because this is organized within this div block, and that has 10% on both sides. But this is organized within this div block, which does not have 10% on both sides. So 10% on both sides. Oops. Cool. And we're good. Publish. So now I can reload this, and it should be not garbage looking. Come on. There we go. So as you can see, just going down, these are all the kinds of startup internships that I could find, right? I wrote a whole bunch of different little things on startup internships. I have a website called YesPGH that relates to startup internships, and these are the main kind of categories that I break it into. If you're doing internships for a startup and you're still in college or in high school, these are honestly the different things that you're going to be working at, right? These are the different things that you're possibly going to be doing. Every intern that I know fits into something like this. And so that's how that's how I tagged all of my different little things. And I wrote little bits for each of these kinds of internships on the site, just for kids to be aware of, right? Just so like if you're doing market research, this is a solid first internship, but I would recommend doing something further along if this isn't your first one, right? Just little bits, right? I just compiled it all and packed it all into a little thing. It's disorganized and it just relates to these like topics, and then I wrote a little bit at the end, like let me know if I can be helpful, and that's really fucking it. Like it's really just, there's nothing complicated about it, genuinely, at all. And I would highly recommend just writing something that you think answers the question, right? That's the best, best thing that I can give you, because this ranked this was again like a 2-level difficulty. Let's look up startup internships. Let's see what it looks like. Keyword difficulty 2, easy. Need backlinks from approximately 3 websites to rank in the top 10 for this keyword. I don't know how many backlinks. Number one parent topic is AngelList, and I still rank because I have a decent article, a barely decent article, right? It's just about finding those right keywords. This was not intentional, but it's just about finding those right keywords, right? So, kind of cool though. So, I'm going to finish this up later today, tomorrow, whatever, because I need this big list. I need to find like a relatively valuable list, and then I need to go for Canada because Canada is also a huge target for me. Awesome. And then maybe Europe, we'll see, maybe like the UK and Sweden and a few other places like that. Yeah, that's basically flipping it, right? So now we know how to write content in some basic ass form. There's this little tool that I found called Dashword, write content that ranks, right? Grow your organic traffic by writing relevant content for your readers. Looked kind of cool. It looked kind of like Grammarly, but for keywords. I haven't tried it out. I have no idea whether or not this is actually valid, but if it helps you write good content, that sounds cool to me, right? It tells you where the keywords work and how you're ranking for those and related things. So if you're looking to rank for travel insurance, you have travel and insurance and plan and policies and all these different kind of words and anything that relates to it, and it tells you where you're putting the keywords and if they're in the right places and where to put them, right? Looks kind of cool. I have not tried it out, but I would recommend checking it out. So I'm going to actually put this in the comments to see if anybody's interested in that kind of thing. I'll put it on LinkedIn too. I appreciate you joining, Asa. You're super cool. So cool. Awesome. There's that. Now, let's really quick go over 2 awesome tools to pay attention to your actual website traffic, right? So, number 1 is Google Search Console. This just tells you what you're ranking for existing, right? So I'm ranking for like startup internships really, really well. I'm gonna click on startup internships, and it's gonna tell me my average position is 26. Not really. It's around like 8, I think, or 6, but maybe across different places in the world, I rank on average 26, right? But I rank well. And this is the total number of impressions, and this is how many people are searching for it every day, and it tells you all that information, right? All for free. You just connect your website. We've gotten 54 total clicks. Most of them, of course, have been people searching EntrepreNerd because that's what we pop up number 1 as, right? This is kind of cool. Finding a technical co-founder. I don't know where I ranked for that, but finding a technical co-founder actually worked, right? Kind of interesting. So maybe we take that, and we see there was 1 person that found it, 1 person that saw me, and 1 person that clicked it. Kind of weird. Maybe we go here and we search finding a technical co-founder. So very low search volume, obviously. How to find a technical co-founder, that's better. So maybe let's go and add that to the nerd list. So, because that sounds great. And I do have a bit of information on how to find a technical co-founder. I know people that have done it and how they did it. So, Parent topic, how to find a technical co-founder. Medium is currently the top ranking one, but Medium apparently is easy to overtake. Interesting. So yeah, cool. To rank in the top 10 wouldn't be that hard. Awesome. Dope. So cool. Okay, so actually, this is interesting. Global volume, United States, United Kingdom. So UK also cares about this kind of stuff. So I'm definitely going to want to do a keyword list for UK. Awesome, great to know. And then maybe Canada too. See if that's valuable. Cool. So this tells you what you're already ranking for. It's really not that hard to set up. This is cool. Startup career internship for startups. Stream agency. That's kind of weird. Max Mirho, of course, that shows up because that's my personal website. So cool. But this just tells you where people are clicking, what keywords they're clicking on because of your SEO, right? And that's essentially it. Then Google Analytics, don't be fooled. This is a crazy high number because I've been running a shitload of ads. Just tells you what website pages people are visiting, right? So let's go to acquisition. Let's go to all traffic. Let's go to source/medium. And this will tell me what pages are getting the most views, right? And this is just good for general stuff. So actually, no, this is where people are coming in from. So this is good for tracking ads, actually. Actually, let me go to, where was it again? Channels, tree maps, audience. I think it might be audience. Where is it? Overview. Maybe it was just home. Yeah, maybe it's just home. Yeah, it's just home. So pages report. So now we know what pages people are looking at. Number 1 is this. Number 2 is this, of course, because I spread this content everywhere that I possibly could. I sent it to a bunch of different people and dropped it in a bunch of different Facebook pages and on Reddit and everywhere else. Streams, very popular. Good to know. That makes sense because I'm running a shitload of ads to the main site and people are, of course, going to go immediately over to the streams site, right? But yeah, generally really interesting. This probably has a high kind of average time on page because it's an article and people are reading that. Also, there's a video. This has also a high one because there's a video on the homepage. Contact is interesting. People are really hovering on contact. Kind of cool. But this will tell you what people are visiting, right? And you can kind of pay attention from there. Ahrefs, unfortunately, has a really, really great site explorer tool that we saw where it tells you what pages are ranking for which keywords. There must be some other way to do that. I'm sure there's a way to do it in terms of Google Search Console, maybe just sitemaps or something like that. Yeah, so we can probably pull directly from. We can probably do something like that in Google Search Console. But generally, those are two really great tools if you're paying attention to your website's SEO and everything else, right? Awesome. Cool. Moving on. This is something really interesting. So actually, let's go over this really quickly first. I'm not going to do this because clearly we're running low on time. Also, I'm dead inside because I got 4 hours of sleep last night because I'm a fool. I napped too early. But these are blogs that I found a giant list of blogs around different topics, right? From some public place on the internet. And I pulled them all here, right? And these are the ones that relate to entrepreneurship. Cool. If they relate to entrepreneurship and my main keyword is entrepreneurship and stuff around that area and I'm the EntrepreNerd, right? So I should rank for entrepreneurship, then I should go to entrepreneurship blogs that if they're blogs and they write a lot about entrepreneurship, they clearly rank relatively well for that keyword. I want to write content there and I want them to link to my site, right? Because yes, if people read the articles and they check out my site, great. But one thing that actually you can see in Ahrefs, we estimate that you'll need backlinks from approximately 6 websites to rank in the top 10 for this keyword, right? That's key because backlinks are essentially different sites linking to your site, right? So if somewhere on the internet, right? So let me check out yespgh.com. One of the reasons that I probably rank well for startup internships is because I have this site based around startup internships, right? It's a young entrepreneur site, internship listing for all the city's amazing tech startups. I built this on a stream a year ago. It was forever ago, but it works and it functions and it's great and it's cool. And down here at the bottom, also I don't know why there's this fucking white space, but down here at the bottom it says made by EntrepreNerd. And it goes to, guess what? EntrepreNerd.blog, right? So that is an example of a backlink, right? And you can build your own personal websites to backlink from, but ideally you want them from websites that have really good SEO, right? So, if I had, let's check some of these blogs out. There's Entrepreneurship Secret, the secrets of entrepreneurship. Fuck you, that's bullshit. I hate that. That's so annoying. There's no secrets to entrepreneurship. It's just talking to customers. But entrepreneur myths, common misconceptions about buying used equipment. Okay, cool, awesome. how far higher personal injury training. So this is just general stuff, right? Maybe this wouldn't kind of fit directly with what I do. Let's check out category entrepreneurship, 5 retirement plans for entrepreneurs, 6 tips to increase field work productivity, how freelancers get affected. Okay, so this is general stuff, not super related directly to entrepreneurship, just general like business. But if I had one of these articles that was tagged entrepreneurship, that in the article linked to my site, right? Like maybe at the bottom, written by Max Mirho, he runs EntrepreNerd, blah, blah, blah. Or maybe in there's like, if you're looking for live streams, there's a cool live stream on entrepreneurship, whatever. Like if I convinced entrepreneurshipsecret.com to write an article that involved me in some small way, right? And usually the best way is by asking, can I write a guest article on your blog? Where you can then link to your own personal stuff, and they understand that. If you can get that to happen, most influencer entrepreneurship blogs. Wow, geez, okay, so maybe this is good. I don't know how valid that logo is or that little award is, but that will help. That is a backlink, and if Google sees in the large giant network of everything connecting to everything, if it sees that on like websites that rank really well for entrepreneurship link to they reference your sites, and they're like, shoot, this must be a great site for entrepreneurship too, right? And it boosts your validity in certain keywords, right? That's called backlinking, and that's like the second most important thing beyond targeting nice keywords. So I will go through. I'm not going to do it on live stream because we got too distracted with a whole bunch of different things. But I will go through, and I would go here. Actually, I'll show you how I would do it. So I would go to entrepreneurship.blog. Hunter isn't working, but Contact Us is. I would go to Contact Us, and I would say, for advert placements on a site, send me an entrepreneurspeakers@gmail.com. We'll send you our advertising package. So I would probably email them. Yeah, I'd probably just do copy, paste, write a little email that says, hey, my name is Max. I was curious. I run a blog around entrepreneurship and a live stream. I was curious if you would be okay with me writing a guest blog for your thing. And of course, I would backlink to my site, as goes most of these situations. But I promise I would write valid content, and it would be around one of these 5 topics, right? I can write on something solid on one of these 5 topics. Would you be interested? It's free content for your site, helps you a bunch, and it also helps me with a little bit of a backlink. Would you maybe be interested in that? And if they are, great. If they're not, fuck. Then we'll figure out a different way. We'll contact all these other blogs, right? But yeah, entrepreneur, let's see this. Entrepreneur.com. Okay, that links to entrepreneur.com. Also, Side Hustle Accelerator. Interesting. Wow, this is definitely the place that I would want to get backlink from, of course. Entrepreneur.com, the main thing. So let's see. Subscribe. Can I find... Yeah, let's go use hunter.io. It's a little Chrome extension. Director of Content Development. Perfect! So I would email Deepa. I would email Deepa and say, hey, same exact thing. Fuck, can I write a guest blog on your article? Can I write a guest article on your blog? Let me know, right? And I will do this. I will do this all very soon because I want to boost my SEO. But too exhausted and too little time to do it on stream right now. So yeah, that is the shtick for backlinks. That is literally the entire strategy that I've seen everybody that's expert at SEO do backlinks. They're like, I'll pay someone to write an article, or write an article myself, and I'll email all these different blogs and say, yo, this is what I do. Would love to help you by creating content for you. Also, it would be great to link back to my site. Awesome. That's the same exact strategy for everybody. So backlinks are really useful, and you still have to make content, right? And you don't get the value of your own content, which is a little frustrating. But hey, fuck it. You still get a backlink, and a backlink is really useful, especially if it's from a site called entrepreneur.com. So, the last little tidbit. Now, this is really interesting. This is using existing SEO to either get backlinks or get traffic, right? So, let's see. Quora and Reddit are 2 really big ones for this. I'm just going to ask questions that I might be interested in to Google about things related to entrepreneurship, right? Things that if I was a beginner entrepreneur, I might want to know. What are some great... Actually, no. Let's go grab some of the keywords that we found in Ahrefs. I wonder if this will work. Let's go find nerd. Serial entrepreneur. How to become an entrepreneur. What ranks there? Who's number 1? How to become an entrepreneur with no money and no experience. So boom, blog.hubspot.com. Perfect. That means that they're a great place to link to, right? How to become an entrepreneur. Forbes, also a great place to link to. Entrepreneur.com, great place to link to. Get Educated, great place to link to. Founder.com, awesome. WikiHow, perfect. Examining your personality. I love all these. Can you answer questions here? Setting your foundations. Quiz part 2. Other ways to... I thought there was some way to comment on WikiHow. Yeah, here we go. Question, how do I comment? Okay, so these are more questions related not to this. Interesting. Are there special tax deductions for businesses? I heard that listing. Listen to other friends. Why doesn't anyone mention... why didn't I mention anything like listening to podcasts? Like, ooh, hey, this is perfect. This is fucking perfect, right? Because when people look at this, maybe they'll look for this. There's no answer. There's an unanswered questions relating to, like, literally nerd entrepreneurs. Holy shit. So let's go and answer this. Absorbing content around entrepreneurship. Is always going to be super valuable. Of course, it only goes so far. And the best way to learn is to do experimentation. Experimentation is always going to be number one. But of course, content from successful entrepreneurs can help you get started. A few awesome sources I would recommend. Things a little wobbly. A few awesome content sites, or a few awesome places to learn experimentation. A few awesome pieces of content I would recommend that actually do encourage experimentation are EntrepreNerd, https entreprenerd.blog, a live stream and blog that where they build small companies in front of you. And then 4 Hour Workweek is also a really solid book that I really like. It got me started to some degree. 4 Hour Workweek. Book. What was it? 4 Hour Workweek. There's a way to list. Yeah, 4 Hour Work. Here we go. 4hourworkweek.com. 4 Hour Workweek. Boom, boom, boom. A book that gives practical insights into how to get started with a number of small businesses. Of small, non-time businesses. Boom. So, I've now officially just answered a fucking question. Email address. Boom. Submit. URLs are not supported. Damn. Okay, that's a shame. So, EntrepreNerd, they're going to look up on... Luckily, we rank top for EntrepreNerd. So, actually, maybe I can just do entrepreneur.blog, and it won't, because it doesn't really count that as a URL. Entrepreneur.blog, how about that? Haha! Thank you for your answer. Is now being reviewed. Boom. So, hey, now we got a reference, right? Now we've got a straight up reference. And that related to really, really closely to a bunch of different things, right? That people are asking around entrepreneurship on WikiHow. So perfect. That's a great example of how this might work. WikiHow is never going to be like the best one. Ideally, you want things like Quora or things that are ranking up at the top, right? So starting, how to start business Quora. Let's see if we can find that. What are some ways to start a business? Is it possible to start a business with little to no money? Boom. So let's check out Quora. Check this out. There's more to read in your feed. Who answered the best? Originally answered, how do I start my own business? Warning, warning, warning. Don't. It's the most difficult. Here are a few reasons. Most of the time. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Okay, in other words, let's answer your question. Oh my gosh. So this guy knew what he was doing. Yeah. I want to review links. Good luck. I did another post information based on my personal observations. Okay, cool. Yeah. But look at this. This answer, what are some ways to start a business? Got 400,000 views, right? That's crazy. That's super crazy. And if people don't like that, maybe I can be one of the answers, right? There's a lot of answers here. So maybe this would be really tough. But I should drop an answer here. Just because, like, first of all, this is a really successful, like, ranking piece of content, right? Clearly tons of people are viewing it. Yeah, I don't know. I should write an answer here. I should write something here that says, hey, here's a couple places that I recommend. There are just a few ways to start to get experimenting that are not dangerous and that are not insane, that are not crazy. Upvoted by Randella, the person that asked the question, I believe. But yeah, we can go and small business. Let's check out small business. Follow, 5.7 million are following that on Quora. Entrepreneur advice, perfect. Let's go to here. Let's find some questions. Can you launch a tech startup by outsourcing the coding to a third party? Short, etc. Yes, awesome, perfect, right? Little articles, little bits. The Quora is a great place to write a bunch of different things in this kind of space, right? It's going to be a really, really great thing. I actually have my thing, and I have a feed, startup founders and entrepreneurs, all these different things. But going through and answering these questions, answer, boom, should I be an entrepreneur? Can I do 2 bikes, blah, 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 etc., right? All this is a really, really great place to answer questions. And apparently it's like a full-time fucking job going through and answering all these different questions and linking back to your site. But apparently it's amazing for SEO. So, but ideally, you find a few unanswered questions, hopefully, right? I wonder if we can sort by questions. Most viewed writers, answer, read. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just I think you just got to experiment here. There's always going to be an answer, I think, on Quora, but just providing the best answer might be the best thing, right? And it still links back to your site a bunch in the right categories because Quora has great SEO. So, yeah, great thing to do. With all of that, that's essentially, like, we gave it a shot on WikiHow, and hopefully, like, we'll find some stuff on this in the future for Quora. But that's basically all I've got for SEO. Those are, like, the top 3-4 things that you can do. I'm going to go and I'm going to grab a huge list. I'm going to try to get, like, 200, 300 keywords. And then I'm going to do the same thing for UK and for Canada. And that'll probably take me, like, a day. And then I'm going to download the hell out of all of them, and I'm going to start making content. But beyond that, like, that's my whole shtick. That's all I got for today. I hope that was valuable. I am still dead inside. Oh my god. Thank you everybody for hopping on LinkedIn. We haven't had a lot of people on LinkedIn lately. So it's good to see everybody here. I appreciate you. Cool. Great. Any final questions? I'm gonna leave it open because we got a bunch of people on LinkedIn. We got more people on LinkedIn than we do on Twitch. So I'm gonna leave this open for a little bit. If anybody has any questions, anybody has any things to say, would love to hear them. Yeah. Other than that, we are good to go. We are Gucci, as they say. Oh, I deleted some of the stuff. That's lame. Wonder why. Yeah, that's all I got. Any questions, any ideas, any comments? Hit me with them. Would love to hear them. Alrighty. Thank you everybody for joining. This was really, really fun. And as usual, again, this has been EntrepreNerd. I am Max, the entrepreneur. Blah 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 blah. This was SEO, marketing month week 4. Thank you, Olga, for hopping on. I appreciate you. Marketing month week 4. I'm exhausted. All about SEO. All this stuff is up on my website, EntrepreNerd.blog. You can find it on I think most of these live streams. But yeah, I hope to see you there. If you're interested in subscribing to the live stream, you can also go to EntrepreNerd.blog. I have the link up above. It should be on the LinkedIn post. I don't know why some of the comments got deleted. That's a little weird. But yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. So next month, next stream, we're going to be diving into no-code. Because I have built a good number of things on no-code tools. They've been really fun. I've really enjoyed them, but I would love to get deeper and like really, really good at it. So we will find out how all of that works. We're going to be diving into a new no-code tool or process or thing every single week for the next month. It's going to be really fun. I'm really excited about it. We'll learn how to build apps, better websites, a bunch of crazy tools, how to connect apps together using things like Zapier and Integromat, all this crazy fancy stuff. But hopefully by the end of the month, I'll be really good at building different little things in those tools, and we'll be able to build crazy apps and crazy websites and crazy things from scratch super easily. So should be a lot of fun. Should be a whole lot of fun. So I appreciate everybody joining. I will see you all later. Have a great day. Thank you for hopping on. Bye.